For my first video, I thought I'd show off my latest Ar15 build. I'm just going to be using a basic digital camera, so you'll have to bear with me. I've got a 18-inch CMMG upper receiver with a free float quad rail. Free float tube allows the barrel to have more natural, consistent harmonics. It has a 1 8 barrel twist. Shoots a heavier 5.56 rounds, and I prefer the PRVI 75 grain match hollow point. I get good groupings with this. Still got a lot more load testing to do with other ammo, but for now I can get about half-inch three round groups and 1 to 1.5 inch 5-shot groups at worst at 100 yards. So it's a good one MOA round on average. I also run a 22 conversion kit. It's a Signer kit, and I use Black Dog magazines with this. I use a 60 grain subsonic sniper round. It's good for the barrel twist of the AR-15. Normal 22 barrels have about a 1 in 16 twist, so this heftier round it's good for the AR-15 barrels. And it also it's a very quiet round. You wouldn't really much need a suppressor with that because it just has a small pop to it. The only complaint I have about it is it smells kind of bad, which I believe is due to the types of primers that it uses. But it's been a reliable round, and it cycles the conversion kit well. These primarily Larue tactical components, as well as Magpul. They're good companies. If you're building an AR-15, I would start out with those from the get-go, because you probably become dissatisfied with anything else that you buy. I know I once had several AR-15s. I had a simple carbine, I had a night vision AR-15, and a scoped AR-15. But with these quick detach Larue mounts, I can only have one upper receiver, and I can run multiple optics with it, which that allowed me to invest more into other components that were better for my guns, rather than having several AR-15s. Now I run a Bushnell Elite 3200 scope. It's got mil dot, it's got target turrets, I have an anti-cant device on it. The thing I like about this AR-15 I've built is I put a offset red dot sight on it. So I'm shooting at range through the 10x, and if I want to shoot closer up, 0 to 100 yards, I can rotate the rifle, and I have a 45-degree offset red dot. That's a Matt Burkett offset red dot mount. It's in line with the bore, so long as the rifle's canted 45 degrees. I got a Fastfire Mark II red dot sight. It's the latest version. It's waterproof as opposed to the original water resistant. I run a Harris bipod 6 to 9 inch, the Larue bipod adapter. The only thing about the Harris I haven't liked is the original tension nut for the swivel model. You can see it swivels so that you can cant your rifle. The original nut was very hard to adjust and to tension it, but this company called T-Nuts makes a ratchet adjustment here that allows you to easily ratchet and tighten your bipod so that you can have a stable platform. With the Harris, I like the notched legs. I started off with the original unnotched legs and with no swivel, but I quickly upgraded. I got a Larue flashlight mount. It works well with the vertical grip, which is a Larue Fug. I have a CR123 batteries in the grip core. It's also got a quick detach lever, so I can take it off. That's the thing I like about the Larue products is when you start accessorizing your rifle, it can get pretty heavy fast, and you can take these components off, the ones you don't need. For example, you don't need a scope for a home defense rifle. You don't need a bipod for a home defense rifle. So you can take those off when you're not at the range and reduce weight, and then you can just use your regular sights or a small red dot like this. Now for my tactical light. Now I prefer to have a Surefire on it, but they don't exactly have some of the features this light has. This is I don't like to have foreign-made objects on my guns, but until an American company comes out with something that's decent under $200, I went with this Fenix TK11. It'll take 18650 rechargeable batteries or CR123 batteries. It's 60, has two different brightness settings, which is not common with many of the American lights. I have 225 lumens on the brightest setting. It'll run for about 2 hours with that, or I can twist this head and I'll get 60 lumens and I can run 10 to 12 hours, which that'd be pretty good. Pretty good versatile light for both tactical and just everyday use. Blinding on the brightest settings, but long-lasting battery life on the lower setting. I run PMags. I like the windowed versions because it's just reassuring to look down and see you got a loaded gun. And it's also lets you know how many rounds you got left if you're almost out. I run a River Arms 2-stage national match trigger and my precision lowers. This is a Essential Arms lower receiver. It's actually one of the lowest price lowers out there, but it has excellent quality and craftsmanship. It's actually, I've had several DPMS and lowers, and I also have a Bushmaster lower, and I have 3 of these, and they, in my opinion, are the best of the ones at least I've handled. I run a Magpul CTR stock. It's the difference between this and the MOE is that it has a locking lever here so that it doesn't shake her. Now I run a Magpul Myad grip. It's got a core. It's got different plates that you can put on the back and front depending on your preference. This front plate actually has a enhanced trigger guard on it. Now, another thing about the Larue mounts is I can go between different optics. I can pull these levers. They provide a good re-zero if you take the scope off and put it back on. So for a home defense gun, I'll lose this scope and I'll just stick with my red dot. I'll also have an AMT night vision scope. It's a generation 1, but it's versatile and it's all that I really need. It's got a built-in infrared light on it, and it's got a Larue riser mount so that I can put this on the same upper. Now I have a GG&G backup iron sights as well. This one's got multiple apertures. It's the MAD sight. You can adjust the different ranges that you would like to shoot. It's got a flip up front sight, lever push button actuated. And for the cores, like I said, I put CR123 batteries in this one. But for the MAD grip, I have some of the basic components that commonly break. Let's see if I can get this out with one hand. Okay. Now, I have an extra round of ammunition, some Loctite, a vial of Loctite, and the firing pin and the bolt cam are some of the most common parts to break in the field. So that's what I carry. Had to modify this grip core and the inside of the grip to carry all of this the way it is. I also have a firing pin retainer and like I said, a cam pin. And that's about the gist of my rifle. I've been happy with it. It's a good all-round rifle, and it's starting to rain here, so I need to get this stuff inside. So maybe I'll do some more videos in the future.